Your hosts Dave Stahl, Joe Germisi, and Michael Schwartz will teach you about firearms, self-defense, and the laws that affect your rights to keep and bear arms. Visit gunownersradio.com with questions to learn how to become a sponsor of Gun Owners Radio and get involved. Together, we will win. Now here's your hosts, Dave Stahl, Joe Germisi, and Michael Schwartz on The Answer San Diego.
All right, folks, welcome to Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, the Supreme Court rules on a Second Amendment case, and it rules favorably for the Second Amendment. What happens and what does it mean? Well, we're going to find out on our California firearms lawyer, John Dillon. But in the meantime, have you gotten your tickets yet? Gun Owner Radio is hosting a movie screening of The Plot Against the President. 2 of them, in fact. So on June 10th, there's going to be a screening in Orange County. And on June 11th, we'll have a screening here in San Diego. And after the movie, there will be a Q&A session, so get ready. You'll be able to chat with the director, Amanda Milius, that's right, and Amanda Milius will be there, and Kash Patel. Tickets are on sale right now. All you need to do is go to gunownersradio.com, get your tickets today, put it on your calendar. June 10th, Orange County, June 11th, San Diego. And tune in to this YouTube live stream we're doing today at youtube.com/gunowners. And right now, we have a special guest we haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Attorney John Dillon. How are you, man?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Stranger, how you been?
I've been good, new kid in the house and
Congratulations.
Working on gun cases.
How's what'd you get? Little boy or little girl?
Boy, Hunter.
Don't you already have a boy?
Yeah, I got 2 others, so I'm starting in my own army.
I bet your wife is thrilled with you.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, she's a little outnumbered these days.
Just a tad. But you know what? They're going to be mama's boys anyway, so you haven't got a prayer. Or she doesn't have a prayer.
There you go.
All right, so let's talk about...
Yeah, let's get to work.
Caniglia versus Strom. That's the Second Amendment case. Really more of a Fourth Amendment case, or maybe it's a Fourth and a Second Amendment case. Court ruled unanimously in favor of gun owners. Tell us a little bit about the case and what's it going to do for us?
Yeah, so Michael, you nailed it. Although this had to do with the confiscation of guns, firearms, and there were Second Amendment claims made, especially at the lower court level. Mm-hmm. The decision that came out of the Supreme Court on the 17th, just a few days ago, was a Fourth Amendment case. But even if you're a diehard Second Amendment guy, you should really, really love the Fourth Amendment. It's one of the real important ones there. And just to remind everyone, the Fourth Amendment protects you as a citizen of this country from being subject to warrantless searches of your home and property, and also the seizure of your property without warrant and probable cause. So what happened here, just to give you the facts of the case, is this guy, Edward Caniglia, he was having an argument with his wife, and during this argument, he took out an unloaded gun and put it on the table and said, well, why don't you just shoot me and put me out of my misery? And, gun wasn't actually loaded, and his wife apparently didn't really think it was a true threat to, kill himself or anything like that. But she ended up leaving and then wanted the police to check on her husband later on that night. And so she called for a welfare check. Police came over to the house and they talked to Mr. Caniglia. And they basically said, well, why don't you come down to the hospital? We'll do an evaluation on you, make sure you're okay. That he would agree to go with them as long as they didn't, take his firearms and confiscate his firearms. So they take him to the hospital, then the police come back and search the house and take his firearms anyway. And
so he sued saying, hey, wait a minute, you guys didn't have a warrant. I didn't give you permission.
Yeah, you can't come into my house. You can't take my stuff. And law enforcement that, well, we were just abiding by the community caretaker exception to the warrant requirement. And what that is, with the Fourth Amendment, 100 years later type thing with all the court cases I've gone through, there are certain exceptions to, the Fourth Amendment, and where police can actually search and seize property without a warrant. Exceptions to that law, but one of them has been labeled a community caretaking exception, and it came from a called Caddy v. Dombrowski, which basically involved an impounded car, and a police officer searched the trunk of the car and found a firearm. Now, it was argued in that case that, the search that he was doing was just a community caretaking search. It wasn't to, pursue any criminal action or try to get any criminal charges placed on them. They're just making an inventory type thing of all the stuff in the car. Now, courts are battled over this of whether this community caretaking exemption applies to the home as well. And with this case, the Supreme Court came back with a unanimous decision, which is a pretty cool thing to see these days, especially with the political climate that we've all witnessed the last few years. You had both, quote, liberal judges and conservative judges agreeing for the most part. And they said that this so-called community caretaking exception does not apply to the home.
Yeah, I think Thomas said something along the lines of that clearly the Fourth Amendment was intended to allow people to retreat into their home to protect their personal effects or something along those lines, right?
Oh, yeah. And he said that the lower court's decision to allow this community caretaking exemption to the home went beyond anything this court, meaning the Supreme Court, has recognized what is, and it's gone beyond anything the court has recognized as, reasonable. And also that what is reasonable for a vehicle is very different from what is reasonable for a home. So you can't just apply, broadly these exceptions to get into a vehicle to the home. Your home is your castle, and so that is the height of protection when it comes to the Fourth Amendment, is your home. And this is something going back to the founding era, why we had a revolution. Back when we were under rule of England, the military and police and the officers of England could just enter your home without any warrant, without any affidavit in front of a judge. They should go in and search your stuff and take your stuff. And we thought that was a big problem.
It was a big problem. So do you think that this case would have been decided the same way had they confiscated something other than a firearm? Or do you think the fact that it was a firearm, is that crucial to the case?
It's honestly not, I would say. This, although it involved a firearm, this was a Fourth Amendment case. And I say that because although Second Amendment claims were made at the lower court levels, the questions of law that were appealed and eventually made it up to the Supreme Court were a purely Fourth Amendment question of law. So, if this was drugs or something else, it still applies. It would have been decided the same way.
Now, here's a big question, and I know Alito actually directly talked about this in his decision, but what you, John Dillon, attorney extraordinaire, what do you think? What's the impact going to be on gun violence restraining orders as a result of this case, or the next case down the line? Do you think this is the first chip in the armor there for gun violence restraining orders, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so definitely when this case, was granted certiorari, all the Second Amendment gun violence restraining order attorneys like me, our ears perked up because this is there's a lot of crossover when it comes to restraining order search and the search that was kind of done here. Now, like you said, Justice Alito did say that this opinion does not address red flag laws, which would be a gun violence restraining order in California. But Alito also noted that those could be challenged under the Fourth Amendment, and that's something that the Supreme Court could review in the future.
He was almost inviting them to. He was almost daring them, saying, "Hey, let's do this thing." Or wasn't that the impression you got?
Yeah, and there's two ways to see that. You can see it as more of a pessimist. Decision's great, but they're literally saying, "Oh no, we can still do red flag laws," and No one's challenged that, and we're not hurting red flag laws, issuing this decision. Or you can see it the other way, like, hey, they're saying maybe we need to start challenging these red flag laws and gun violence training orders under the Second Amendment and get it up in front of the Supreme Court for review.
Wow.
Awesome.
So there's a lot there. The concurring opinions did address other issues that are on the outskirts there, but it was a good one, definitely.
It's about time you called in on something good. Jeez Louise. All right, buddy. Hey, I hope so. Well, it's always good talking to you, folks. John Dillon is your man. If you're a gun owner and you need any help whatsoever, check this guy out. Take care, buddy. Say hi to the family.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Building upon their deep dedication to bring unique products to the veteran and Second Amendment communities, the call to make a whiskey as bold as America was heard like an eagle's call. Lead Slingers is a story about seizing opportunity when life throws it at you, while never forgetting where you came from. This is a story about men who pursue excellence. It's about freedom. It's about raising a glass to tradition, but also raising the bar of performance. This is the story of America, encapsulated in the story of 7 men with a vision. Lead Slingers Whiskey is produced by 7 combat veterans. Driven by their love for America and fine whiskey, they crafted a whiskey that is enjoyable and unrepentantly supports the Second Amendment. By remaining active in their civilian and military communities, Lead Slingers strives to set an example. Be proud of who you are. Be bold. No apologies. And that is why Lead Slingers' name is devoted to the Second Amendment and all Americans who exercise it. Like those who stood at Lexington and Concord as the British tried to seize their arms and said no. You understand that freedom exists as long as you're willing to defend it. Like the men who tamed the West, you understand that you and you alone are master of your faith. Pursue happiness and terminate any who threaten your life or liberty. Lead Slingers salutes you. America salutes you. Now pour a shot of boldness forged in the minds of battle-hardened patriots and enjoy.
All right, folks. Hey, welcome back to Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer. Hey, in this segment, we're talking to David Chong about gun safes. I really want to learn how to break into safes.
Yeah, don't bother. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, the money we pay for this show. Hey, this segment is sponsored by John Dillon and the Dillon Law Group. Hope you enjoyed that last interview. And if you have legal matters that involve firearms, then you need to call attorney John Dillon. If you have questions about red flag laws, gun registration, gun transportation, or maybe you need to know that your guns are California compliant, you can call our trusted firearms attorney John Dillon. He specializes in California gun laws. 760-642-7150. Or you can go to his website at DillonLawGP.com. And we are very proud to have David Chong in the house, owner-operator, AO Sword, right there in lovely El Cajon. How you doing, bud?
Good. Thank you for having me. It's fun to actually be in the studio
Finally. He even dressed up, folks. Take a look on YouTube. We'll make him put his 10-gallon hat on before he leaves. Yeah. So we've had more questions about safes off air than we were on air. So I think the first good question would be, get it from Melissa. You had a question about a safe.
Yes, I am looking for a big safe. But what I always worry about is the weight of the safe on the first floor, buckling my hardwood floors.
Great question. Yeah. So the first part of your question expresses, exemplifies your wisdom there because you're looking for a big safe. Everybody thinks, oh, I just need this little thing, and then as soon as you actually take up the sport or the discipline of the shooting sports, you find yourself with a lot more guns than you
Right.
expected
Your collection
to have.
starts to grow, so you need to make room.
Right. So get 2 sizes bigger than you think you might quote unquote need, and then now you're into a bigger safe, and of course that's going to weigh more. We have safes that are upwards of 2,000 pounds on the big side. The more weight you have, well, that comes from the quality steel and more fire protection. You can go with something modest, which is going to afford you less protection, but especially on second stories, which generally we don't recommend. I'll talk about that later. Or hardwood floors, we do worry about that. I have a 2,000-pound safe on Firebrand floor, very expensive, and the way that we handle that for our customers is, first of all, in getting the safe in there, we do lined covers over the hardwood and then plywood on top of that, and so we're rolling the safe on dollies over plywood that's separated from the hardwood. Then where we're going to install it, we actually put a specialized rubber mat down that distributes the load and prevents it from imprinting on your beautiful floor. That's done a great job for us. We've gone into some very high dollar homes with really nice floors and never had a problem.
Is that usually, I mean, I know when you sell a safe to someone, you go out to their home, actually look at the area, where's it going to go, and then that's usually included in the price of the safe, the delivery and setup?
So we offer as is where is for people who want to develop their own solution. Some people on the smaller safes especially, it's a 400-pound safety container. They call it residential safety container. Then 2 or 3 people can lift that with good dolly and materials and a low pickup truck. But as you get past 1,000 pounds, that's really not something that an amateur can handle.
See, it would seem to me that if I'm coming to you by a safe, I don't care if it's 400 pounds or 4,000 pounds, you're the expert. Because the minute I hit a door casing with it coming through the door,
You've lost your savings.
No, I've got my you-know-what in the sling because somebody's going to say, what the heck? So you have a better warranty than I got, and you have better installation skills because you have all the tools.
Yeah. So we are insured, licensed to do delivery.
Right.
But the key there is training. We've never had to use our insurance because we are slow, methodical, and we have tens of thousands of dollars, quite frankly, in safe delivery materials, including a awesome hydraulic trailer that actually drops the entire safe down to road level.
Mm-hmm.
We just roll it off on a dolly, and then when we're loading it, it hydraulically lifts up into travel position. Pretty cool stuff.
Can never have the right tool.
So is there what's the maximum generally for a second floor? If you're going to put your safe in a second floor, is there a maximum, or how do you determine that?
So it all depends on construction, and we play since we're not construction engineers, we play way safe. But your design drawings will actually tell you what your maximum PSI loads are. We go by code generally, and for condos and apartments, it's generally pretty light. So
I bet you work really hard to talk them into not putting it up on the second floor.
Well, let me explain why. It's actually not that hard for us with our equipment to get a smaller safe up to the like a 18 gun or so, 20 gun maybe, and that all depends on the restriction is the width of the stairway.
Mm-hmm.
But we're happy to do it, and we get paid for it. So,
sure.
So the problem is fires burn hot, and they burn hot higher. That's just the nature of flame. You all know heat rises.
Mm-hmm.
So a fire that might be burning at 1,200 degrees on your first floor might be 1,700 on your second floor. Furthermore, once the beams and rafters fail, your gun collection is not only taking heat damage, it's also taking a 2-story fall.
Mm-hmm.
So that's no good. A safe, we don't think of it as a purchase. You think of it as an investment.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a smaller 24-gun safe, it's on the small side of what we sell. You can stuff 40 firearms in there. How much does each firearm cost?
Yeah, at least
500, 1,000,
just
maybe,
to make a round figure.
Yeah, so you got $40,000 worth of guns in there, and you're quibbling about whether to spend $1,000 or $2,000. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. That's why they buy it from you, so you educate them.
So let's talk about the fireproofing, because I've looked into it in the past. It's kind of confusing, and each company does it a little bit different, and I'm not quite clear on what exactly, talk to us about fireproofing. Is it truly fireproof, and what do you look for? And I mean, I guess here's my question. If my house burns down, is there really a fire rating out there that will truly protect my firearm? My wood furniture 30-06, is it really going to survive a fire? Is there a way to determine that?
No is the answer.
No, it's not going to survive a fire?
So there's not a way to determine that. So
okay.
here's the best question you asked in there, in that set of good questions is there really such a thing as fireproofing? And the answer is no. It's all fire rating. We're talking about fire resistance. And you're absolutely right. All of the companies rate it in apples and oranges ways, and so it's very difficult. For example, Canon rates their safes on a 30, 45, 60-minute scale based on a 1,200-degree fire. That's the minimum, and it isn't even. It's in, I think, the EFI ratings, and it's not even listed at all in UL. Meanwhile, Champion Safe, they're burning these things at 1,750 to 1,800 degrees.
Wow!
And giving them the same ratings in terms of time, 30, 45, 60, 90. So that's, you got to look carefully at that, and some of them won't publish. We have carried in the past half a dozen, almost 10 different lines of safe, and as things have evolved, manufacturers are continually changing their lines. They start outsourcing formerly U.S.-made stuff to Mexico or then to China. So we've been very selective about trying to only maintain the best value for the money or the best performance, hands down, no matter what the cost. That's kind of where we focus our inventory. If we try to go for just the cheapest, really, we find we can't compete in that space because people will just buy a non-fireproof safe at 1,200 degrees from Costco. Yeah, for $500, $600 bucks. Those are really not safes. They're residential safety containers. 12, 14,
So does the price of the safe make it more protective?
Not necessarily.
Right.
You really have to shop across brands to get value for dollar. We find that hands down, Champion is the best value for dollar. They don't build. Their slogan is they don't build to a price point. They build up to a performance point.
Right. Is that an American-made safe?
100%. Yes.
Do you
very
find
few of those?
Do you find that I'm sure there's only a few, but the few that do are built, because I know you've looked at them sideways and upside down, are far superior to, say, the foreign?
They are, and it's not just in terms of absolute steel thickness, which they are the thickest, but also the gauge. Excuse me, the quality of that steel. As we all know, there's many different tempers and qualities, types of steel, and these have lower oxidation. They have they're more homogenized, meaning they're more similar across their entire face, and they're much more resistant to tampering. The interior linings with the gypsum are much more complete. I've been in and out of thousands of safes, and you'll find in the cheap ones, the interior fire protection doesn't actually cover everything, and then in spots there's thin sheet steel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
you haven't bought a
bake oven.
safe yet, have you?
I have a really horrible locker. Is really what it is that I've had for years, and
You need to pull the trigger. You
I
take
know.
trade-ins?
Sure.
Trade-ins.
There you go.
He would pay me to get it out of his shop if I brought it in. He would give me $10 and say, "Get that out of my shop."
David, it's always a joy talking to you. You're a
Oh,
plethora of
he's
knowledge.
staying for the.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All
Don't
right.
get rid of him yet.
Not me. We got more questions. Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The answer.
Hey, you want to go to the range? What?
The range, the gun range.
You can't go to the range.
Wait, what?
It's closed. COVID.
Welcome back to Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
All right, folks. Hey, Blackhound Optics. They're accurate, affordable, guaranteed. Sporting optics that go the distance. Backed by customer service that goes that extra mile. And they're great guys, great products, and a great company that is making optics affordable. On top of quality optics, they pay close attention to the customer experience. And did you know their scopes come with mounts? So you don't have to worry about finding one that fits your gun. And we are extremely excited to have them on as an official partner of the show. Ask for them at your local gun store or find them online at blackhoundoptics.com. All right, we're going to continue chatting with David Chong, owner-operator of AO Sword, one of the finest gun stores in San Diego. And if you don't believe it, take a run over there and chat with him, and you will be impressed. You just sort of recently took on a massive line of safes, and that's kind of what we're talking about today. How much homework did you have to do before you decided what you were going to carry and what you weren't?
That was almost a full-time job, again, because of what we were talking about, that there's no universal language that these safe companies speak.
Mm-hmm.
Made in America is very important to me, and there's just so few companies that are doing that anymore. These are 100% made in America with American steel, not imported steel.
Wow.
So good stuff.
What kind of guarantees come with a safe? I mean, I don't know what's going to go wrong with it, but
so Champion is the only company where they will. It is an optional fee, but for I think $150, when you buy the safe, you can get a lifetime warranty on the lock. And I guarantee you, everybody loves the boop boop boop. Dial in lock because it's convenient.
Yeah.
It's also guaranteed to fail. There's not a good enough one that you can buy to where those locks.
So they still use the old spin dial.
That is what I recommend. That is the best way, and they do have that option. But many people choose the electronic lock option. Yeah, but the company will warrant for the life of the safe, which is John Dillon would tell you lifetime warranty really means 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll warrant lifetime warranty on that lock failing. Now, here's the important thing: not just the replacement of the lock, but which Canon, for example, will only do. They'll pay for a new lock, but you're stuck with the locksmith's bill for coming in, drilling into your safe, and that's a $200-300 bill, and it can hurt the safe. So they'll warrant the whole thing, no cost to you, no deductible for the life of the safe. Also, most companies will, if you have a fire, they'll replace the safe. Most of the good companies. The other ones aren't worth looking at. But Champion, not only will they replace the safe, but they'll also dispose of your old one, and they'll help you with the warranty claims of anything you lose inside. But I urge you, and I don't mean to make this a Champion safe commercial, but go online and look at the Champion safe footage from the Santa Rosa fire. Devastating fire. You probably saw it on the news.
Yeah.
Entire neighborhoods just
leveled,
flattened to ash, like nothing. Not. There's no framework left. There's nothing. Champion safes went through that fire, and the guns inside were salvageable.
Wow.
So there's your answer.
There you go. Yeah.
Get rid of that tin can you got.
So what's Joe's question? I want to hear the answer to Joe's question. It was a good one.
No, they decided not to say it.
Oh,
I thought we decided it was a bad. Well, it's not a bad question; it's a bad answer. But I was asking because I have a safe now.
I didn't get the memo on that one. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. It's out there now, so we'll go with it. But yeah, I have a safe now, and again, it doesn't hold everything they say it's going to hold. And just because you put 12 notches up there doesn't mean it holds 12 long guns. But anyway, I'm filling up my safe. and it's time to buy a new safe, so a second safe. And I was asking David if I can get the new safe dialed in so it's the same combination as the old safe, so I don't have to memorize 2 combinations. That was my question.
And the answer is mostly no. Modern safes use a competitive price point lock, which is not resettable. You can buy much more expensive locks, but then they might not be compatible with the safe, but they are. They can be adjusted. Now, what I can say, though, is if you're running out of space, but it's still within the realms of reason, we sell a pretty cool safe accessory package. It's Velcro tipped sticks that stick to the bottom of your bottom shelf, and the sticks go down, the plastic rods, they go down the barrels of your long guns, and you can put twice as many long guns in the safe, not touching each other at all, by getting rid of the little notches.
Well, that's cool.
Okay, and that could be a temporary solution for now anyway, because
you're saying you're going to buy more?
Yeah, I was going to
say. Well, we made the mistake of making him the product. He does all our products, and or either that or whenever he goes to the range, somebody's always got something he wants.
Well, no, I don't want to lose my excuse to buy a new safe. I mean,
this definitely won't work for you.
But I could, I could delay it. But my neighbor had given me the same advice when I bought this safe that David just gave me, and both of them were late. But they both said buy something a lot bigger than you think you need, because you're going to fill it right up. Which
sure enough,
it only took a couple of years, so I'm full.
Now, do you? Now, I noticed you put a lot of them in the garage, because I think you did one for Lance Belkey. You put it in his garage, not in the house.
Yeah. So a lot of people, that's just where they want to put the safe. They don't want a safe inside their house. Again, going back to the Champions, one beautiful thing about a Champion, and you'll appreciate this as a car guy, it's 3-stage paint.
And it's beautiful. I've seen them.
Gorgeous. Yeah. It's a piece of furniture. I call them heirloom safes. These are things that you would pass down generation to generation. Yeah. It's it looks like it's dripping wet showroom paint. Right. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Can you customize it and get different colors and different stripings and what have you?
You can order them custom. We carry a
pretty good selection.
Yeah, a painful selection, meaning there's a lot invested there. But yeah, everything from black to ivory, golden, two tones, smoked colors, gunmetal, all. There's a beautiful black cherry color.
I've seen that one. I like that one a lot.
Really nice.
So what's something that people don't really think about? What are some what's something that people don't really think about when they're going to buy a safe? I mean, fire protection.
What's a good question they should ask?
Or what's something that something about a safe that most people should be asking but aren't?
Sure. I'll rephrase that as one thing that most people should be doing but don't is securing the safe by bolting it to the floor.
Even though it weighs 2,000 pounds?
Well, on those big ones, they're a deterrent all to their own.
No kidding.
And you feel the quality when you have these big safes. Yeah, two guys pulling sideways on the top of it from pushing with their legs against the wall are not going to topple that safe. But 1,000-pound safe, two determined guys can
get off with it.
Strong gals, can topple it. And there is the least amount of armor and protection is on that bottom there. And so that's where people who are very skilled professionals will come and break in on your safe. Now, at that point, you are hoping that, because truly, I should backpedal here, there's no such thing as a burglar-proof safe. Fort Knox at some level is break into
anything is not burglar-proof.
So the idea is to slow them down as long as possible to get them caught.
What do you recommend bolting? How do you recommend securing it?
Depends on what you've got. And then I don't want to get too complicated here, but also you need to make sure that you don't have a pretension slab and that as soon as you drill into your concrete slab, residential slab, you're releasing the pretensioned rebar and blowing up your house. It's a very bad thing.
Yeah.
So engineering's involved, but red heads and concrete bolt anchors.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No blondes.
No blondes. Only redheads.
Just redheads.
So I have an observation that when I was looking for safes, one of the big things that I noticed is that I was always looking at how long is this going to last in a fire. those ratings and the numbers, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, the price goes up
tremendously.
Yeah.
Right. Because you need more steel, more space, and more fire resistant material. Yeah. And then truly you can't build a cheap safe with good fire resistance.
Right.
And then again, on what scale are we talking about? Are we talking about a 1200 degree fire, which no house fire burns unless it wasn't a big deal anyway, or a 1700 degree fire, which is what you want to look at? And you're going to see the high-end line from American Security in that range, and the Champions. That's it.
So when it comes to security, what are some things people need? How do I know how secure my safe is? What are some of the features, or what am I looking for?
For sure, you want 4-way locking bolts. That only comes with the highest end safes.
4-way meaning there are actually 4 posts on the
4 sets.
4 sets of posts.
Yeah. So when you throw the handle on that door, you're seeing sets of locking bars coming up the top, bottom, the inside and outside of that door.
Because I've seen some safes where some of those posts are ornamental, which is not good.
It's not good.
It's not good at all. Right. So 4 sets would be 8, so 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and then 4 on each side. Right? Is that the idea?
4, 4, and 4.
It varies.
4, 4,
it depends on the size of the safe, but the gist of it is whatever the number is per side, they're going out that direction, and they're real solid steel.
All right. What else am I looking for when it comes to security?
Ideally, a double-stepped door, which only the high line of the American Security and the Champions have. That's the door goes in, then steps, and then goes in and steps again. So you cannot get a pry bar in through there. Yep. You want a drill guard, which again you're only going to find on higher end safes, and that's so that someone with nowadays you can tear a car apart with you can tear a 1960s car with frame steel apart with just battery operated hand tools.
Right.
So those are the same tools that your thieves can bring in to your home to break into your safe. You have to have something that's going to resist that kind of attack, and a diamond encoded anti-drill guard is going to protect you from that.
Can you add an alarm to the safe?
Sure. Yeah, tamper alarms, absolutely. Once again, so American Security doesn't have this, but the Champions do. They have a motion detection circuit. So if it detects motion in the safe, you can hook that to an alarm.
Wow. That's cool. That's a cool feature.
I've
also heard, I don't know if this is, tell me if this passes the sniff test. But someone told me that, or I've always heard that you should put a smoke detector above your safe. Have you ever heard that?
I haven't, but it makes perfect sense.
Because someone drilling it would produce smoke.
Absolutely would. Yeah.
All right. Look at that. I know something.
That is good. Very good.
You got to sell you a safe.
Yeah, right.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick. By the way, David, that was excellent as usual. We love having you, and John Dillon are our 2 favorite. I got to tell you, you guys are a plethora of knowledge right here on Gun Owners Radio. Oh, next, Karen Wood with Not Me RC.
There you go, Not Me RC.
What's RC?
Riverside County.
Oh, we have a Not Me up there too?
That's what we're going to talk to Karen about.
I can't wait. Right here on Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1. AM 1170.
The Answer.
I have 2 shotguns in my home. They're locked in a safe. There's a metal gun case. We live in an area that's wooded, somewhat secluded. And I said, Jill, if there's ever a problem, just walk out on the balcony and fire 2 blasts outside the house. Buy a shotgun. Buy a shotgun. You don't need a machine gun. You don't need 30 rounds. Buy a shotgun. Buy a double barrel shotgun.
No, you don't need a flamethrower, and you don't need a tank. You don't need an AR-15 to scare those thugs away. No, and I don't need a grenade launcher. I don't need an F-15. There's just one thing I need to do, and they'll stay away from me. Fire 2 blasts outside the house. Buy a shotgun. shotgun.
Buy a shotgun.
Yeah, buy a shotgun, baby.
You don't need a machine
You
gun.
don't need a machine
You don't
gun.
need 30
Way too
rounds.
many
Buy a
rounds.
shotgun. Buy a double barrel shotgun. Fire two.
All right, folks, welcome back to Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer. We're really proud of our Not Me SD program here in San Diego, where we're helping women purchase, train, and learn how to defend themselves. It's been so successful here, we've expanded it to Riverside. So we're going to talk with Karen Wood, the Executive Director of Riverside County Gun Owners, all about it.
All right. Hey, and you know, some people enjoy taking the time to clean their guns after going to the range. Well, then there's people that just want to clean their guns and get on with life. Well, if you're in the second group, Seal 1 is for you. Seal 1 CLP Plus is an all-in-one solution that cleans, lubricates, protects your guns. It's also natural, non-toxic, and environmentally friendly. Pick some up at Gunfighter Tactical over on Miramar Road, or ask for it by name at your local shop. Clean your guns faster, better at Seal 1. Use the code GOR25 for a 25% discount off your first order on their website at seal1.net. So, Michael, who have you got for your guest?
Our guest is the very awesome Karen Wood. She's the Executive Director for Riverside County Gun Owners. How are you, Karen?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
I'm doing well.
Thanks for calling in. Thanks for being with us today. So,
No, thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Riverside County Gun Owners first.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that great introduction, by the way. So Riverside County Gun Owners is we're doing fantastic up here. Despite the last year, we've grown exponentially, and I'm really excited about the direction that we're headed in. We're going to be starting our in-person meetings back this week. So really, really excited about that.
Yep, I'll be there Thursday night.
Exactly. Thursday night at the Riverside Indoor Shooting Range at 5:30. So we're really excited. We're welcoming a couple special guests this time around, and I think the folks are going to be excited to hear from them. So
who's the special guest?
So we've got Steve Sanchez, La Quinta City Council member. We endorsed him last year. And then we also have Chuck Conder, who is the City Council member for Riverside, the City of Riverside, Ward 4. And he's going to be talking about his reelection campaign. And like I said, we're really excited to have him on and hear from him and from both of them, really.
Excellent. So Riverside County Gun Owners, just like San Diego County Gun Owners, but up in Riverside, Second Amendment, local, political. And you guys are, 2 years old now?
We're going to be celebrating 2 years in July. So, I'm really, really excited about that. And everything you said, just like San Diego, except we're up here in Riverside County.
There you go. Okay, so talk about Not Me RC.
Okay, so Not Me RC, it's very similar to Not Me SD in that this program created for women by women is an extension of Riverside County Gun Owners, and we launched Not Me RC on April 1st in honor of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and it was well received. We launched it on Zoom, and we had quite a bit of ladies show up. We welcomed a special guest, Opal Singleton, and she came and talked a little bit about human trafficking and kind of the dangers and just raising awareness on violence against women. It aligned obviously with the purpose of this movement in particular. We've had about 24 applicants submit since our launch, and we have about 6 ambassadors right now. So I'm excited at the direction that it's.
You're excited at the direction it's going. Awesome. So it was very important to you to launch Not Me RC. It was running fairly well here in San Diego, and we were having a lot of success. And you took that bull by the horns and said, you know what? I want that program. I want the program. in Riverside that is women helping women to get their training, get their firearm, get their CCW. I want that program here in Riverside, even though you have, your plate is overflowing. You have a ton going on. You're doing such a good job building Riverside County Gun Owners. You're helping to run San Bernardino County Gun Owners, but you said, hey, you know what? This is important. I want it to happen. Tell us, why was that an important decision for you?
Thank you for bringing that up, Michael. It absolutely was very much a priority for me to launch this program here in this county. One, because I saw the success that you guys down there in San Diego have had with it. But two, because I saw an absolute need for it. When we would talk to people at the gun shows, at our tabletops, and even just through our CCW seminars, I'd get approached by ladies wondering, is there something for women only? Or, in talking with, the gentlemen who approach us and are part of our membership, it's a nice sort of extension to the women, the ladies within the county who are looking for a resource, and I love the fact that this program takes away the intimidation factor for women. And so we want them to have a resource where they can come and act safe and feel empowered, with the knowledge and, that we give them choices. It's not an end all be all, answer everything, but we want to focus on the fact that this is our area of expertise, right? We want to support them and make sure that they know they've got.
Wendy talks about that a lot. Wendy actually designed the program, created the program, and she talks about how intimidating it can be and sometimes confusing when women go into a gun shop. It's still a male-dominated industry. And she talks about how, hey, how many times is, when she was getting into firearms, how many times would she go into a gun shop and they'd kind of, say, hey, why don't you get the pink gun? And how frustrating that was. And
or
how
bring your husband in.
Yeah. And, so that's something that I hear a lot from the women in all the Not Me programs that, hey, it's just nice to have somebody there, someone by your side to answer questions and really bring you into the world of firearms, with kind of a little bit more of an understanding of where you're at. So tell everybody, so if you're a woman out there in Riverside County or San Diego, but if you're a woman out there in Riverside County, and you're interested in this program, what do you do? And then what happens after that?
So what you want to do is visit our website, riversidecountygunowners.com. Are under the resources tab. If you click on the resources tab at the top, you'll see the option to click on the Not Me program, and that's where you would go to fill out the application. Somebody will be in contact with you, an ambassador, within 24 to 48 hours. You will get a response. So I encourage anybody out there in Riverside County, if you're looking for some information about the program, please reach out. Send us an email, go online, visit riversidecountygunowners.com, and find us there.
And if you're a woman who responds, they're going to pair you up with another woman who's been trained. We call them ambassadors, and that ambassador is going to help you with whatever you need. They're going to help you find a firearm if you need to buy your first firearm, or if you need to buy a firearm that's more appropriate for whatever your needs are when it comes to self-defense. They're going to find you training, and they're going to help you get your CCW, any of those three, or all of those three, depending on what your goals are. And the beautiful thing about the program is how much is it going to cost, Karen?
This is free to them. So this is a service that we provide. Again, our ambassadors are volunteer ambassadors, and we just want to provide this help and assistance. And again, just sending a message to the women out there, sending a positive message that we're here to help empower them.
And if you're out there listening and you think to yourself, geez, I don't know if I can afford a gun. I don't know if I can afford training. This all sounds very expensive, but I sure want to be able to defend myself. Apply. We're going to work with you. We want to make sure that your self-defense is not dependent on your checkbook. So if you're worried about cost, we're going to get you discounts. We might even be able to get you grants in order to get the training, get the firearm, and get the CCW that you need.
And one of the big bonuses, too, is you've now become part of a family, and the friendship that comes out of not me SD or not me RC is amazing.
It really, you connect with other ladies in your community who you might not have the opportunity to get to know otherwise. Mm-hmm. When you build that relationship, establish that trust, that camaraderie. And I know that, especially there's been a lot of success stories down there in San Diego. And I believe that the same is going to happen. We'll be able to share the same success stories out of Riverside County. So
instead of crocheting, you're taking out targets.
Instead of crocheting, yeah, I like that.
I thought you did.
Do you crochet, Karen?
Sure she does.
I'll tell you what Karen does. She shoots better than just about anybody in this room. That's what Karen does. She's amazing.
But can she out crochet you?
Well, I don't know how to.
Right? Melissa's there too. So
yep,
I don't.
Here. We both shoot and we both crochet.
See? I told you. All right. Hey, it's great having you on. Keep up the good work. We'll check in with you later down the road.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care.
All right. Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
You could make a whole movie on the Russiagate hoax. It's all documented.
There was an illusion being created using the most awesome tools and the greatest tricks that the American intelligence community had learned to use against our enemies. Now it was being deployed against the American people and our president.
This is the biggest political scandal in modern history, which makes Watergate look like a tiff.
The FBI director has no credibility.
The left used to not trust the FBI, and now they love them.
This can happen to General Michael T. Flynn. Imagine what they do to anybody who has a single strike against them.
35 Russian diplomats in the U.S. expelled.
The prosecution of General Flynn wasn't a pursuit of criminal activity, it was a setup.
Flynn actually had details. So he was talking about going after people's budgets. They were terrified.
Media didn't start as neutral. Media hasn't been neutral all its life.
The two faces of Hillary Clinton are coming out. The fact through WikiLeaks that she says one thing and
oh no. They worked hand in glove with Comey to try to delegitimize Trump. They were not there to tell the truth.
A political dirty trick is being carried out by our intelligence community.
Honestly, none of us really know, sort of holistically, what to think about this dossier.
They went into Congress. They said, there's nothing here. Doesn't matter. We'll keep going with FISA, we'll keep going with the investigation, and more importantly, we will go on TV day in and day out and lie to the American people to their face, and nothing's going to happen to us.
The nation and all of our freedoms hang by a thread, and the military apparatus of this country is about to be handed over to scum who are beholden to scum, Russian scum.
We had not one person claim that they had or had seen evidence of Trump colluding with the Russians.
Devin Nunes was the hero in the forest. He was alone, he was mocked, he was attacked.
Devin Nunes was subject to such scorn for saying the conclusions that we brought forth in that report, which all proved to be true.
Russiagate was a false story.
To target their political opposition.
To carry out their insurance policies.
I believe that this is a conspiracy.
These guys have perpetrated the greatest crime against the American people ever seen. It was a coup d'etat.
This is how sick and twisted these people are.
I recently confirmed that on numerous occasions, the intelligence community incidentally collected information about U.S. citizens involved in the Trump transition.
It was shocking to see some of the overclassification that was done to hide either corruption or abuse of authority and just to make sure certain agencies didn't look bad.
We have a peaceful transition of power process. That's not what happened. There were more meetings, there were more leaks, there were more attacks.
The thing that they were investigating the Trump campaign for is what they themselves were doing. Not just the Democratic Party and their operatives, but also the FBI.
If I were writing about the time frame that we lived in and that we're living in now, I would say it wasn't supposed to happen. They weren't supposed to know.
The entire time this was going on, they thought this was going to be what sunk the Donald Trump presidency. And they were just looking for the golden goose.
So, we're still good for tomorrow?
Yeah, I need to tell you something first.
Yeah, you could tell me anything.
Well, I know it's only our third date, but I feel like I need to get something off my chest.
Was it something I said? Something I...
No, nothing like that. It's... I'm a San Diego County gun owners member.
I didn't know you were a Second Amendment supporter.
I understand if you want to break things off between us, but if you could just...
I'm a Second Amendment supporter, too.
Oh. You're a member, too?
Damn right.
I have to be honest. I wouldn't take you for a Second Amendment supporter.
Why?
Well, when we met, you were wearing Uggs.
Okay.
You were drinking a kombucha, talked about going vegan, you watched Grey's Anatomy, owned a Prius, you knitted your dog a sweater, you admired that guy's dreads walking by, call your mom mommy.
Without someone doing something about it, it's not going to get any better.
And AM 1170 San Diego, The Answer.
This program is sponsored by Dave Stahl. Welcome back to Hour 2 of Gun Owners Radio with your hosts, Dave Stahl, Joe Germisi, and Michael Schwartz. Visit gunownersradio.com with your questions and comments or to learn how to become a sponsor of the show. Time to get involved and get active. Together, we will win. Now here's Dave, Joe, and Michael on The Answer San Diego.
All right, folks, welcome back to Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
All right,
Melissa.
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead.
We're going to do some YouTube shout-outs
Remember,
here.
you got to put your finger up.
Okay, I'll put my finger up.
Not that finger, Melissa.
White Hunter, Rick Cohen, Ghost Hammer, and Bob Maycomer. Thank you so much for tuning in live.
Absolutely. Hey, self-defense and emergencies can happen to anyone, and there is no guarantee that the justice system will be on your side. Gun owners should have the coverage for the legal battle after your self-defense battle. While you protect your family and property, U.S. Law Shield is here to defend you 24/7, 365 days a year with a comprehensive self-defense coverage at an affordable price. Bad guys don't take days off, and neither does our coverage. And guess what? Gun Owner Radio listeners, you can get a free T-shirt when you join. Just use promo code GUNOWNERSRADIO at uslawshield.com. And if you happen to be watching our smiley faces on YouTube, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe button as well. And tell all your friends. Now we got Joe Germisi. The blog topic today will be From Boo to Boom, the evil ghost guns. I had to do that for you.
Oh, that's good. That was a very good intro. I
thought you'd like that.
So, yeah, this is actually an idea that Michael threw out during the week. Say, hey, why don't you write about this stuff? So I thought, yeah, that sounds like a good thing to write about. So ghost guns are in the news a lot nowadays. Recently, the Democrats and the left want to ban them. The media just goes into a spell of the vapors when they hear about ghost guns and get all carried away with it. Criminals apparently can't do without ghost guns. So you see them a lot in the news, and I thought it's a good time to talk about it. I think Michael had a great idea. So we decided to talk about it a little bit. So the first thing is, I guess, what is a ghost gun? And essentially what a ghost gun is just a homemade gun that hobbyists build at home. I mean, that's really all it is.
No serial number.
But, well, yeah, and that's true. But again, you can't ban something that people aren't afraid of, and doesn't have a sinister name. So if you just say guns that hobbyists build at home, just doesn't sound impressive. But if you call it a ghost gun, so now you got fear, now you got danger. You could build up the ignorance.
Is that like assault weapon?
Exactly like assault
I was
weapon.
just checking.
And that's exactly the strategy that those people use. And you can see, I mean, all the last year, I mean, how much, look at what got accomplished through fear with all this COVID stuff. And it was just, it's the same exact thing. And, if you break it down, that's really all they are. And the fact that criminals might use them because they're not traceable. I mean, does everything have to be traceable? Is that what we live in now? Because the reality is it depends on where you look, but some people, a lot of people on the left, the anti-gun people say, oh, there's a lot of crime, criminals are using them. But the reality is that not really, not that much. And guns are guns. People that are going to break the law can get a hold of guns. The only people that pay attention to the laws are the law-abiding people that aren't doing anything bad with the guns anyway. But just looking at, again, one of the things that the left always misses and they don't acknowledge is that a big part of gun ownership is the hobby aspect of it. I mean, yes, there's the self-defense part of it. Yes, there's the Second Amendment part where we're supposed to be able to protect ourselves from the kind of government that we now have. But the a lot of it is collecting of guns. There are hobbyists that just like to build their own guns.
Or what about people like to self-load ammo?
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. It's another aspect of the hobby.
So I guess you could almost throw AO Sword in this, because before the ghost gun came about, what would you say the percentage of your customers that would literally come in just to buy parts and pieces so they could build their own gun?
Yeah, sure. I would say 1/2.
Wow.
Yeah, especially on the AR-15. We carry the largest, widest selection of AR-15 parts that I know of in the country in stock. You can go to a website and find a bunch of stuff listed, but what's in stock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just our wall of uppers has 40 different varieties of barrel on it. So I would say over the 10 years, maybe 80% lower for every 4 retail guns we sold by background check.
Wow.
We were talking.
We'll go ahead and talk about the 80% lower part too, because that one of the things you'll see again if you look in the media, they'll say ghost guns, a term used by the gun control advocates and people in the industry. Nobody calls them ghost gun unless they're talking about this. I've never run into somebody that said, "Hey, I'm going to build a ghost gun." But David just mentioned the 80% lowers, which is what they're talking about.
Yeah, so it's a piece of raw material, either plastic or aluminum alloy, the same stuff that a Glock is made of, for example, or an AR-15, and it's unfinished. It's not a firearm. It's not regulated. You can't put together a gun with it. However, if you mill it out and drill it out and manufacture it, it can then be made into a gun with all of the other gun parts that we sell. And that was legal in California up till, what was that, 2018, yeah. We still sell those parts, the components. Matter of fact, we just started selling them again for the past year and a half since COVID started and the huge run on guns happened. We were not able to, we didn't have enough inventory to sell individual components as well as have enough left to
build customized
custom guns. Yeah. So as of 2 weeks ago, now we're selling parts again because the rush has slowed down. So if you're looking for bolt carrier groups or barrels or whatever.
So let's talk just a little bit about ghost guns for a second. So once you build a gun, you theoretically, after it's built, it should go back to AO Sword to get serialized?
Good question. So there is a legal method still left in California to build your own home-built firearm, and that's by getting Big Brother permission. You write to the DOJ and say, hey, I want to build this gun. Give me a serial number. They give you a serial number. They give you permission to build your gun, and then you're entered now into a registry. They do a background check on you, and then you can complete that build of that firearm using their number engraved onto the gun. Yes.
Okay, so I have to ask a silly question. So we do that. Let's say I build it. Do you have to shoot it first to make sure it's not going to explode or being safe before you put your stamp of approval on it? Or is that even taken into consideration?
It's actually not. Often we're not even receiving the full firearm. We're just receiving the regulated part,
Gotcha.
which is the lower.
Where that has to have the serial number.
If they go through us and buy our parts, then yes, absolutely, we test fire.
So, and the other thing with that too, even with the talking about the bans and things like that, like even with the laws in California now, they say just the ATF just announced a little while ago that they said 41% of the firearms that were seized related to crimes up in LA were unserialized ghost guns. So, even with any kind of law or ban, it doesn't stop criminals. It doesn't do anything.
That's a good proof right there.
Yeah, and it's a shame too, because that our agencies don't have much credibility, because even if you read the little blurb from the ATF, they're saying seized at potential crime scenes. What the heck is a potential crime scene? Anything is a potential crime scene.
So, I was at the Oceanside City Council meeting last week, and we got them to pass a measure, basically that they're going to write a letter saying, hey, we oppose HR 127. HR 127, a major component of it has to do with licensing. But it's way more complicated than that. Their brand new police chief came and said that in the last year they've had 108 incidences of some kind of criminal activity that involved somebody that had a firearm, and not one single incident was the firearm that the criminal had registered to him or her. Really? Not one single incident. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
This isn't working. It's not, it's all this ridiculous charade.
Is that right there with bump stocks?
Yeah, exactly.
I was just double checking.
For some reason, the criminals are not following the law.
That's what I told the politician. I said, dude, take all the guns away from the criminals, and I'll give you my guns after you've done it for 6 months. The politician looked at me and he says, you know how difficult that would be? There's no way we could do that.
Well, I think there was
That's what he said.
There's an old story from a police chief in Hawaii that was testifying one time, and he could not, in his entire career, remember ever using a registration number to trace a gun back to a criminal.
It doesn't happen. It's a myth.
It's a myth.
Anyway, check out Joe's blog. Go to SanDiegoCountyGunOwners.com. Click on the blog, and it is from boo to boom.
The evil.
That's right, but wait until tomorrow morning.
But wait until tomorrow morning.
All right. Hey, coming up next, Melissa Lee is going to do a gear review. What is it? We don't know. Stay tuned on Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hello?
Are you the one who ordered 10,000 rounds of 9mm?
Who is this?
Delivery guy. Can I have a case as a tip?
I don't think so.
Well, what can I have as a tip?
Popcorn.
You're making popcorn?
Uh-huh.
Can we meet at the range and fire off some ammo together?
I'm getting ready to watch a video.
Is it Red Dawn?
Oh, just some scary movie.
Tell me you like Red Dawn.
Uh-huh.
Do you like the SDCGO videos too?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite SDCGO video.
Halloween. You know, the one with the guy in the white mask who walks around and stalks babysitters. What's yours?
I like the one they did where they ripped off that movie Scream.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, the movie Scream with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
Drew Barrymore. She was in all those funny Adam Sandler movies.
Well, the first one was, but the rest sucked.
Okay, listen, it's getting late.
Why? You want to ask me out on a date?
Well, can I have some of your ammo if I do?
No.
Okay then, look, can you confirm the name on the order?
Why do you want to know my name?
If the name on the delivery doesn't match, I get to keep the ammo. Company policy.
What did you say?
I said I can leave the ammo by the creepy pool in the back.
That's not what you said.
Oh, okay. I can't keep the ammo. Actually, we can't even deliver it. This is California, so you have to come to the gun shop and pick it up yourself.
Look, I gotta go.
So can I keep a box?
Nah, I don't think so.
Hey, who are you talking to? What's up with that phone, by the way? 1994 call, they want their phone back. Well, they texted it, there's 20. What's up with the pool? Hey, did you get that ammo you ordered? Yeah, well, it's like Halloween. It's like, it's a full moon. It's just going down, so, should probably get that ammo, yeah.
All right, folks, welcome back. This is Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer. An EDC backpack. We talk about concealed carry quite a bit here on the show, and Melissa has been raving about this 3V Gear backpack. Coming up next.
Hey, but don't forget, PRMI Mortgage, primeres.com/Alpine. You can't get any better than that when you're looking to do a refi, maybe a reverse mortgage. And if you're military or looking for help for a VA loan, Chris is your guy. Chris Wiley at PRMI Mortgage. For nearly 25 years, Chris has been helping local San Diegans with all their mortgage needs. Give Chris a call at 619-722-1303 or just go to primeres.com/Alpine. All right, Melissa, you're going to talk to 3V Gear Transit Redline EDC. How many backpacks do you own now?
I love that. A woman can not have
You're not into
too
purses.
many. No,
you're not into purses. You're into backpacks.
It's backpacks and gear bags and range bags. Those are what I use. I would like to have a safe. I'm going to come see you, David. So today I
know where a shop is? It's in El Cajon on Main Street.
Yeah, I might know where it's at. So today I have here
That's a big one.
3V Transit Redline EDC backpack. It's 40 liters. It's a lot of room. And it's fairly thin. It's skinny, but it's tall. So I actually kind of have a fun little thing for Joe to do. He's going to help me out. I'm going to talk about this backpack. As he finds, I hid $16 in here for Joe, and he gets to keep it all. And $16 in ammo.
Is that like 16 9mm rounds?
Yeah. Exactly.
You just got to find them. You got to find them.
So you go through this bag, and you can see how much room there is in here, and you're going to find, let's see if you can find all 16 rounds of ammo, and you get to keep it.
And I just get to pull stuff out as I go through? Is that what I'm doing?
Yes, you can pull stuff out, and there's
Okay.
nothing in there that is, going to scare you.
Oh, I
or
don't
anything.
care. I'm following directions. It doesn't matter what's in here.
So on the front of the bag, it has like Molly, so that you can hook anything up to it. So go ahead and
Okay, so let's see if we go into. Let's go through this one first.
Laser cut Molly.
Yes, it's laser cut Molly.
Okay,
So what's the purpose? What's the purpose of that?
You can hook like different bags and stuff. It doesn't open all the way.
So I see pockets in here.
Do you see like how nice this design is, the topo? And
That's very nice. I didn't notice that. See, I'm old. That just looked blurry to me.
So that's a
very
lot.
nice though.
Get in there, Joe. There's ammo to be had.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a pen in these pen pockets here. And it looks like there's what, 1, 2, 3. So I got a marker. Nothing there, but I see.
You don't see anything.
I do. I see dollar number 1 peeking out.
All right.
So we got that thing. So let's see. What do we have down in this pocket? Ooh, something else down here.
See, there's lots of
We
pockets.
got dollar number 2. And we have a grenade.
Oh, that I forgot that was in there. That's my that's my AirPods.
Just forgot she had a grenade in
that
there.
was in there.
So let's see. Grenade. We have round number 3.
Okay.
So that could be everything here.
Yep.
So let's see. That was that pocket. I've got another.
Joe, were those all in different pockets?
They were all in different places, yes.
That's a lot of pockets.
So how many?
Something just jumped out of here.
Did you count, Melissa? How many pockets does it have total?
I couldn't count because there's so many that I just didn't count.
Are we going to end up with a live round in the studio?
Oh, that'll be good. We'll have to move
It's down
our
there
show.
Okay,
somewhere.
so you open the pocket and
That
the
was
round
number
fell
4.
out. Yeah, that is like the the quick pocket there to access something like sunglasses or your cell phone
So
or something
I used
like
to
that.
throw wallets and things up here. So good.
And it's
Keys.
lined too.
That's right. It is felt in there, is what I felt.
Yep. It's
felt,
felt
felt,
what you felt. Yes.
So what do we have here? Is this the pouch? I got another zipper back here. This is I'm in. Is this water here or is this the?
Okay. So what's cool about this backpack is it opens completely flat. So what I did is I took one of my travel packers. It's called an Eagle Creek packer for clothes, and this sucker opens up all the way flat.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Look at that.
Holy mackerel!
So.
Oh, so that comes out.
Yeah, it comes out, and
Does that come with the bag?
no, it does not.
Ah, so that's yours.
Look at David's got his eye on it.
Okay.
He sees it.
So we got more stuff going on. Actually, we got one down here. So and we're looking for 16. We said, right?
I think I counted right.
We'll see. Okay, so we've got stuff in there, a mesh
mesh
bag, which is
pocket in the
good for
back.
stuff you could see. Then behind the mesh is another pocket. Ooh.
Mhm.
And this pocket goes all the way down.
Yep.
So we have that there. Then I've got
you're
a pocket
missing something. You gotta dig further.
all the way down here. I think I went down there.
Mm-mm.
Aha!
Aha.
All the way down there is another round. So this is dangerous too. If you fly into like one of the communist states like New Jersey, you're done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
all you gotta
that's
do
right.
is miss one of
That's
those
why
in there.
you can't miss any.
And God forbid if you miss one of your defense rounds, because they're really illegal in New Jersey. I think.
Tell
You
me.
carry that. Oh, there's another one up there too. And
So the
I have
pocket
one
that
here.
you were just in, this is for a laptop, or you could double as putting like a camelback in there, and there's a hole at the top right here. So that you put
for
your
the straw.
Yeah,
Okay.
for your straw.
And you flipped that away before I had a chance to search that, but I'm spotting in 2 more mesh pouches. I'm spotting 2 more of these. So let's see. There's one in here.
David already eyed that up. He knew that was there.
Shows you how bad Joe needs ammo.
He needs
yeah,
his
so
glasses.
how quickly Melissa pulled this away from me there before I had a chance to look. Okay,
So this is like it folds
A
up.
lot of pockets.
Yeah, that's a lot of pockets so far.
But we're not done yet.
We're not done yet. We are not done
And
yet.
yet there's more.
Yeah. So this is 40 liters. That's a lot of room.
Do we have operators standing by? Okay, let's see. And wait.
Oh, it's got a little drain hole at the bottom there too. That's cool.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got another pocket here that starts out mesh.
That is the water bottle holder.
Aha. Okay. So we have that, and it's holding yet another round here.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be getting close.
Okay.
And then look at these cinchers right here. It actually
Okay, so we
tightens
have
it
these
down.
guys. Okay, so I could tighten this part. Okay, so to cinch the pack
Yeah.
together if you don't
It
have a
cinches
whole
the
lot of
back
stuff
together,
in
yep.
it.
It's also quick release.
That's true.
Yeah, look at that.
So how does that quick release work?
Semi-quick.
Semi-quick?
Quickish.
Oh, if you
Yeah.
know what you're doing. Okay, there we go.
quick
Yeah.
adjacent
All right, I like that.
Quick adjacent.
Okay, so we have another zipper over here. Oh, so
with
actually,
mollies, like the
with
laser cut mollies on the side.
Okay,
Yep.
and we didn't come into this side yet, I don't think.
Nope.
Right, so this zips all the way down.
That is called the admin pouch. And look at all.
We found keys.
Found keys to the car. Just what you needed, a Mazda.
We have keys. We have another zipped container with.
Oh, that's my wallet.
Okay.
How do you find everything in there?
Oh, and yet another round hidden in here.
What are you up to?
12. So let's see. We have pockets here. So we've got the zipped mesh container on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looks like 3 pockets over here. One of them goes pretty deep. But you have to have tiny little hands like Michael to get down there.
Hey.
But if you do, you find one of these guys.
Small hands, small gloves.
Yes, I was teasing a famous firearms instructor, a local one, that handed me a pair of gloves to wear. So these are your wife's gloves?
Oh, nice.
It was, they were tiny gloves.
So you're not getting that last one out, are you?
Yes, I am, because I'm determined.
It's
These
$1.
are ammunition.
Yeah, it's
That's right.
ammunition. He's gonna
Okay, we
dig
got
for
one
it.
more there. So there's actually 3 pockets here. I had a deep one, this one that was less deep, and then it looks like this one is good for
ones.
pens.
Mhm.
Okay, so thin ones, and we're not getting anything.
You're
good
not
in there.
getting your fingers in that.
Okay, so we had that.
Mm-hmm. Are we almost there?
Let's
What are we
see.
at?
It looks like 14, right? So it's there. So it looks like 14. Am I out of pockets yet?
No, you're not out of pockets.
Let's see. There are pockets back here. I see a zipper. Is there a way into something
There
here?
you go.
Let's see. We have another pocket.
Maybe it's 15. not 16. I might have miscounted.
Okay.
But
so we have that,
that
but this
is like
nice,
that's a quick
pocket
security
back here.
pocket for like putting your passport when you travel in there, your wallet. So it's on your back, so no one can actually pickpocket you. It's facing your back. It's touching your back.
That's great. Yeah, that's a nice feature. I like that.
Yeah.
And actually, these pads are nice.
It's the padded shoulders are excellent.
And we have a belt also, which is
Yep.
handy on these kinds of things.
Yep. And it has a chest buckle as well. And also a strap to hook it onto your trolley of your luggage in the back. So you could just hook it on and it'll stay on your trolley.
What kind of money are we talking?
This retails for $79.95.
That's not bad.
And there's a limited lifetime warranty. And if you want to get one of your own, you can just go to 3vgear.com. Use code MEL15 for 15% off.
3vgear.com.
Correct.
Dave, you had asked what MOLLE meant. It's a universal interchangeable equipment standard. And so
let me see it, because I'm a little in the gray as to what.
So this is laser cut slots, which is the brand new way to do MOLLE. The traditional way is fabric loops, and you'd recognize it as loops. Imagine.
So what do you hook? I mean, is there a hook? I mean,
everything: holsters, pouches, document holders, grenade holders, so that she doesn't lose it inside.
Right.
Yeah.
Cookie holders. Does it have a little pocket for that cookie right there?
We can stuff a cookie in any
put a little
pocket.
Yeah, so things that are designed
I
for
like
those
that.
MOLLE
That's the
clips
spirit.
will have two little straps on the back that fit right down through there. So they attach really well. If you use that MEL15 code, do you get 15 rounds with that too?
Unfortunately, not.
That's what they told me. Yeah, they said there was a miscount there.
Yeah, there's a miscount. Yes, but enjoy.
Got
You
good
found
zippers,
them all, and enjoy that ammo. You know.
You need me to do an ammo transfer for you.
Yeah. We can do that.
That's right.
But
Had
you know what?
authorized.
That's good for at least one mag at the match. So I'll see you there, and you can use it there.
Okay.
Right?
A normal magazine.
That's
too,
right.
Not a low capacity magazine.
Standard capacity.
There you go.
Yes. So what do you think, Dave? Do you like it?
I do. Well,
I do too.
Yeah, this is, and it's so versatile. You could use it for, everything, really.
Look how sleek it looks. It looks nice. The red detail is really pretty.
I love it. Does
Yeah.
it comes in other colors?
That's the only color it comes in. It's a red line.
It's like
Alrighty.
All right,
It's
great
like a Model
review.
T. You
It
can have
is.
it in any color they want as long as it's black.
There
That's
you
right.
go, man after my own heart. All right, folks. Hey, plot against the president. Get your tickets now. We're going to have a raffle each night, and you can win a Patriot membership to Front Sight Firearms Training Institute. That means you could take basically all the classes at Front Sight for free. Right here on Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, thanks for checking out Gun Owners Radio. Gun Owners Radio helps get good gun info to you, and we bring the community together. But I need you to do something else too. The whole point is to get the right people elected so we don't have to worry about dumb gun laws. So take a minute, go to sdcgo.org and join. Now back to the show.
I'm sorry. I only date San Diego County Gun Owners members. Well, then you're in luck, baby. I'm not just a member, I'm a 10-ring member. Oh, do you have a CCW? You bet, baby. I have a CCW. San Diego County Gun Owners made it so easy. Oh, wow. They have an instructional video, and they walk you through the whole thing with their good cause worksheet.
Mike.
My hero.
Mike.
What?
What are you doing here?
Don't you knock?
It's the break room. Hey, honey.
Oh, what the heck is that?
Don't freak out. Don't freak out. I found him.
Honey, we cannot keep him. Those breeds are more dangerous.
This little guy, Malcolm, he needs a good home, please. I mean, look at him.
I mean, I guess he doesn't look that bad. Ooh, it looks like you've had a rough go of it, huh, buddy? Maybe with a bath and some good house training. can do it. Come on, buddy. Come on, pal. Come on. Listen to her. She's encouraging you. Come on, bud. Come on. You can... Oh. No. Bad.
Welcome back. You are listening to Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, we are very proud to have the National Concealed Carry Association as a 10-ring partner. NCCA exists to serve the Second Amendment community by providing a nationwide network of 2A advocates. They offer elite self-defense and concealed carry training for the nation's top instructors and provide rock-bottom prices on the best selection of gear and accessories. You can learn a whole lot more about them at nationalconcealedcarryassociation.com.
Or you could learn a whole lot about them by listening to Taylor Wood, who's our call-in guest from the National Concealed Carry Association. We're going to ask him firsthand exactly what the National Concealed Carry Association is and how they can make you a better gun owner. How's it going, Taylor?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Good, man. Where are you from?
Good. Hey, man, I'm from Houston, Georgia.
I kind of picked up. I got it picked up on that.
It's that Southern charm.
So you don't think it was Chula Vista?
No, I
was thinking Southern California or South County.
That's awesome. You know, I grew up in Panama City Beach, Florida. Did you ever go there on spring break?
I've been there a few times. I've got a few stories we'll leave behind for that one.
Oh, yeah, what happens in Panama City stays in Panama City. Well, cool, man.
Right, yeah.
What a pleasure it is having you on the show. Tell us about the National Concealed Carry Association.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for letting me come out here and talk to you guys. I appreciate it. Talking with Rich and just getting to know kind of what you guys stand for as an organization, and I'm very blessed and honored to be, even talking to you on the phone today. So I really appreciate that. The National Concealed Carry Association it's still very, very new. We, kind of started this thing about a year ago, maybe 15 months ago. And, I'm a small town Georgia guy, and I'm an electrical engineer by trade, and, started making holsters and other concealed carry gear kind of on the side and kind of tinkering with that here and there. And, just kind of looking at what the market had, and I own another brand called TacX Pro Gear, and we make a wide assortment of concealed carry holsters, Kydex, and different things, cleaning products. We've got some oil out there too, Freedom Fluid, a couple of just different things.
Freedom Fluid,
an entrepreneur's. Freedom Fluid.
Boy, we could use some of that out here in California. Send us a 55-gallon drum, would you?
So
yes, sir.
Your gun oil is called Freedom Fluid. That's the name of the product.
It is, yeah.
That's
it's called
awesome.
Freedom Fluid.
That is the best.
That's got to be banned in California.
Oh, yeah. Are you banned in California to bring that out here?
I'd have to check on that. I'd probably slip you out some.
So were you surprised? I mean, speaking of that, were you surprised that some California organization and some California gun show was interested in National Concealed Carry? Was that surprising to you?
To be honest, it was slightly striking. Yeah, when I got a phone call or an email from Rich and we started going back and forth. But to be honest with you, man, we have a ton of members in the NCCA from California.
Yeah.
And y'all's representation there, and what you guys are doing on the ground level there is, hats off to you guys. I mean, there are 2A folks and gun owners and people that understand our, the importance of the Second Amendment all across this great nation.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it seems like, you guys are getting snuffed out there a little bit more so than other places. But as I've gotten into this a little bit more and more and started, as TacX started, it was more of a local deal. We sold online a little bit, and we, it all kind of blossomed from there over the past couple of years. But as I've gotten to know folks across the nation through the National Concealed Carry Association, the roots run deep, man. They run deep. So, and they're everywhere. So, but yeah. So it was a little surprising.
Yeah. Well, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you being a a 10-ring sponsor of the show, and we're so happy to have you on board. So what was the catalyst? What made you start the National Concealed Carry Association?
Yeah. Well, it's probably a long story, and I'll try to give you the brief version of it. I had a death in my family, very close family member of mine. Kind of rocked my world, to be honest with you, to go there.
Sorry to hear that.
So, well, I appreciate that. I do. But, trying to look for the good in all things, right? Trying to look for the good.
Oh, Taylor?
Taylor,
I'm sorry. We're having gun problems.
Yeah,
we're having
gun
phone problems. So I'm sorry. You try to look for the good in all things. Go ahead. Start over. I apologize.
Oh, yeah. No problem. I think I was saying it was kind of a reality check for me in terms of just what am I doing here, in terms of as a person in humanity on this planet. Like, what am I doing here? What is my mission here? What is my purpose here on this earth? Right? We only have a limited amount of time, each and every one of us, all that kind of stuff. So we've been making for a while, and that was doing okay. And like I said, I'm a full-time electrical engineer, kind of doing this on the side, making some products here and there and selling them online, gun shows and different outlets. And after that, that death in the family, and I'm a believer. It's kind of just asking and kind of seeking his wisdom through, what does he put me here to do? And community was the resounding answer that I got. Community, and serving people. And so the National Concealed Carry Association was kind of born out of that devastating family tragedy that we had. And it was no way related to guns. I'll go ahead and it was no way, in no way was it related to concealed carry or guns or anything else. But my question I kept asking myself was, how can I serve people that need help, right? So and it's my thought process went to young families, new mothers, maybe recently divorced mothers, new gun owners was really the focus of the whole thing.
Sure.
And here comes my 3-year-old out here in the yard with me right now. So the whole idea was, how can I, as a person, give back to people? And so the National Concealed Carry Association was born through that. And our main mission, we're first and foremost a community. And one of the things I'm most proud of is we have a little Facebook group. It's growing. I'll say that is growing. We have about 30,000 people in that Facebook group now. And what's really cool, and they're not all members of the association, they're not all customers, and that's okay. But what's really cool about that is that it's a one common place that everybody can come. It doesn't matter if you're a military vet, LEO, or if you just picked up your first. Think about this too. We started this back in March of last year. Think about March of last year.
Oh, geez. What a time to try to start anything.
Planning.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it was not my planning for sure. I had to pick something different, I think, but it's working. Anyway, so all that being said, it's how many new gun owners we've had across the country, right, over the course of the last 12 to 18 months, in the course of all of this craziness we've had across the nation. And it's been a really cool place. I love it when I see, hey, I'm a new gun owner. I'm looking for my first holster. How do you guys conceal carry? Or I'm looking for my first pistol. I'm thinking about getting my license, my concealed carry license. What would you recommend? And so it's just a great repository and community of people to bounce ideas off of. Dude, it's so cool to see the people in there. I'm talking about, thousands and thousands of posts helping each other. People in there just, hey, this is what I'd recommend. This is what I do. This is how I carry. This is how I protect my family in this, in this situation. So it's a really, really cool community that we formed.
So Taylor, this is Dave. Let me just kind of throw out there: is there a charge to belong to this association?
So yes, sir. There is. The group is 100% for free. It's all free, and we sell product online for free. No charge to buy product from our website or anything like that. But we do have a membership through the National Concealed Carry Association, And part of the revenue model that I was thinking about when I first started was more like a buyer's club service. And I'm not sure how you're, I don't know what y'all have. If y'all have a Sam's Club out there, if you have Costco out there.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense.
The idea was that it would be somewhat of a buyer's club service to folks that are Second Amendment supporters, that are gun owners, that love the Constitution, the Second Amendment, where they could join this membership, not only have the community, but they could also get all of their concealed carry gear, ammo, guns, holsters, any kind of equipment, any kind of cleaning thing, anything at no margin for me, right? So no margin for the company. It'd all be at cost for them, right?
So what is it? What's it cost to join?
Yeah, it's $97 a year.
Oh, shit.
So $100 a year. And we offer free shipping on all guns and ammo.
Wow.
Yeah. So
you ain't shipping no guns to California, I guarantee.
Well, you got to go through an FFL. But,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's right. So we actually, I got an ammo order in the other day. I sold 1,000 rounds of 9mm to a guy in California just the other day. And you're right. Yeah, you have to go through an FFL and there's rules in place, and we understand all those rules, and we know how to do that for those guys. But yeah, so we do. I think it's $17.76 a month or $97 a year. Kind of the way our platform works.
Get it? $17.76.
I get it. I like it.
Are you on top of that?
Yeah, from the makers of Freedom Fluid, $17.76 a month. I get it.
Yeah, I was wondering where the 97 came from.
Yeah, well, you should have known that. So I guess really you're just offering like-minded gun owners or just gun enthusiasts a place to go and get screaming deals on product and share the same common mindset of Second Amendment advocates.
That's right. And one cool thing it allows us to do is membership within the organization allows us to support local and national organizations such as yourself, Gun Owners Radio, and other organizations across the country that are fighting the same fight that we are. So it's one way that we give back to the community and help secure and protect our Second Amendment rights.
Were you surprised there was a 2-hour gun show in California?
No, man. The more and more I learn about California, I'm not surprised about that. I love it.
You got to come out and visit us, man.
You ever come out, brother? We'll get you on air because we've been fighting the fight for 4 years now, almost 5.
Yeah, I love about that. Yeah, you got to come out. You should come out for Gun Prom.
Oh yeah,
we'll introduce you to a real burrito.
Yeah, a real one,
not Taco Bell.
A real burrito.
A real burrito, yeah. And we'll show you the beat. Man, you really got to come out here.
Hey,
Taylor.
We'll get Rich to send you some information on the Gun Prom. It is amazing.
Yeah, I'd love it, man. I'd love to come out there.
And you don't have to wear a tuxedo, so we'll just throw that out there right now.
Yeah. Okay, good.
All right, Taylor. Awesome. Give the website out one more time.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about the membership or the organization itself, you can look at joinncca.com. We also have a public website, nationalconcealedcarryassociation.com.
All right, buddy. Go take care of that 3-year-old before she climbs up your leg.
All right. Thanks, guys. Hey, I appreciate y'all letting me come on here and talk to you guys. I really enjoyed it.
Our pleasure. Thank you, buddy. All right. We're going to take a quick break because you know what's coming up next. You got it. Sam the Gunman. We're going to stump the nephew. And another mic drop. And you can't hear any of it if you don't stay tuned. Your self-defense rights are under attack. Let us be your voice to help defend and restore the Second Amendment. Help spread the word about the fight. There's 2 easy things you can do. 1, like and subscribe to the show on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Parler, or any podcast that you use to listen to shows. And we're making a big push for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and share the show with as many friends as you can. And thanks for tuning in. And remember, together we will win.
I like Taylor Wood, man. He was cool talking to that guy from Georgia.
I thought that boy was right in our old
selling
wheelhouse.
some guns out here to California, man.
Got some freedom juice.
Liquid freedom, man. This is what it was. What was it? Was it freedom?
Freedom fluid.
Freedom fluid, man.
Not juice.
I seriously, I can't. I'm getting this guy out to Gun Prom. Taylor, if you're still listening,
you're coming to Gun Prom.
October 16th, you're coming to Gun Prom.
Mark your calendar.
That's right. Get ready. What are we doing here?
We're going to talk to. Are you going to do your mic drop? Or
Let's do that. No, let's talk to Sam.
Let's
first.
talk to Sam.
I forgot we were on a radio show.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Not too shabby. We got a question for you, and Melissa is going to lay it on you.
Well, before let's okay. So this is Stump My Nephew. Every week we ask my nephew a question. He doesn't get the question beforehand. You don't know what question you're about to get asked, do you?
Correct.
So we found out that he is a whiz when it comes to gun trivia. So if you send in a question and we use it on the air, you get a shirt or a hat or whatever kind of apparel you want from San Diego County Gun Owners. And if you use your question and you stump him, you get the shirt or hat, and you get a free membership to a lifetime membership to Front Sight. So
before we do it, Sam, I got to tell you, David Chong was in. So we threw the question at him to see what he says. Oh, yeah, I know the answer.
Well, he knows.
But then we said, he says, well, you send the question and answer to Sam all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
Never.
No.
He was so blown away because, he couldn't believe, because he listens all the time, and he couldn't believe that you're that knowledgeable.
David Chong he owns a gun shop, and he's one of the best and most knowledgeable gunsmiths I've ever seen. So you impressed him is what we're trying to say there.
Long story short.
All right.
I hope you haven't set the bar too high by talking big about me.
Dude,
way too high.
Scratching the ceiling.
No,
Let's just
way
put it
too
that
high.
way.
I know we had a better name than Wiz for him, though, didn't we?
Yeah,
Wiz. What was it?
No,
it
you
was
ruined
Savant.
it. You came out with
Savant.
It wasn't Savant.
It was a mensch, wasn't
No,
it?
I got corrected. It wasn't mensch.
Superlatives. Enough with the superlatives. Just give me the question.
All right.
All right, hit him,
now
Melissa.
Go ahead.
we'll have everybody hush. Hi,
Fire it up,
Sam.
Melissa.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Okay, your question is from Morris in Escondido. What is a maritime spring cup?
Can you say that again, please?
What is a maritime spring cup?
All right, Morris and Escondido, thanks for sending in that question. This is a really, really obscure one.
He already knows it.
People who are
Unbelievable. Go ahead.
Sometimes, what?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Don't pay attention to him.
For special forces operatives around the world, the need, of course, occasionally arises to do what's called over-the-beach operations, where you're going through water to get to wherever it is that you're going, and so you need your firearms to be a little bit more water resistant. And in some pistols, notably Glock pistols, which are used by a lot of special forces agencies or special forces organizations, they have this thing called a maritime spring cup, which is a part that you retrofit to the action spring of the pistol, and it prevents water from getting in and damaging the inner workings of the pistol.
That's actually not accurate. The Maritime Spring Cup is a yacht competition that happens every April.
Don't pay any attention to him.
If you win, you get the Maritime Spring Cup award. No, you're absolutely right. The Maritime Cup is designed to allow water to flow past the spring cups.
Not allow.
No, it does allow. It allows water to flow past the spring cups after the pistol is submerged in water. With standard spring cups, the striker can become hydrolocked and fail to have enough speed to ignite a primer if there is water in the striker. So
by the way, Sam, your uncle had to read the answer.
Yeah, I don't know that. It's ridiculous.
He had to read it verbatim.
My other guess was it was like an award for like some kind of hockey tournament that happened.
Well, that's true too.
No, he's going to say
on
the
an island somewhere.
Catalina wine mixer.
It's what you win at the Catalina wine mixer. The Catalina wine mixer. That's awesome, Sam. Good job. Don't know how you know that, but basically the idea is it helps certain professionals who drag their gun through water. If they have to then shoot it, they don't want a bunch of water inside the gun trapped, so it lets it flow. Let it flow.
Water is much denser than air, and it is also largely incompressible. So if you have water stuck in a confined space where things need to move, then because it's incompressible, your moving parts can't move, and gun don't shoot.
That's how John Wick shot that guy in the swimming pool. How else could he have done it? He had a Glock.
That part I knew about the non-compressible or whatever he said.
Excellent job, my friend.
Thanks very much. That was, like I said, that was a really fun one and a really, really obscure question.
That was obscure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, buddy. Say hi to the family, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Thanks.
All right, everybody.
Here
like
it
we
comes.
do every week, it's time for your mic drop.
Mic drop.
Todd Gloria is the new mayor of the formerly great city, San Diego. San Diego used to be a beautiful place to live and visit, but it is now little more than a city-sized flophouse for the addicted and the homeless who are addicted, and the addicted who are homeless. You'd think that Todd would concentrate on returning San Diego to its former glory, but no, he's off to a roaring start on trying to restrict your gun rights. In just a couple of months, Todd has partnered with anti-gun group Moms Who Want Action. He's also joined Bloomberg's anti-gun group Mayors Who Want to Ban Your Guns. And he's been really vocal on many federal proposals to restrict your gun rights, including Biden's executive orders just a few weeks ago. Totally unapologetically, too. This isn't something he hides from. It's not something that he's afraid to talk about. No, he recently hosted a town hall and talked about how great it is that he wants to restrict your civil right to protect yourself. But let's back up. Todd's anti-gun views aren't new to us. He was in the assembly when he recently regularly supported anti-gun bills. Before that, he was on the city council in San Diego, and he proved to be the worst kind of anti-gunner. What's the worst kind of anti-gunner? Well, Todd's the kind who starts by saying, I support the Second Amendment, but, and then he says a bunch of crap. It shows he doesn't know anything about the Second Amendment and doesn't actually support the Second Amendment. And then he ends it by saying that, I've shot a gun before, so, as if that gives him any level of expertise or authority to support banning your rights to keep and bear arms.
He's just mad he couldn't hit the target.
San Diego County Gun Owners has made multiple attempts to meet with Todd. He refuses. That's right. He won't even meet with us. One of the worst was when a San Diego County Gun Owners board member tried to sit down with Todd to talk to him about his support for taking away from school boards the ability to determine if a CCW holder can carry on their campus or not. It used to be that a city or a school board could give permission to a CCW holder if they needed to come on campus with any kind of frequency. Now, this is a ban, an across-the-board ban on sane, trained, law-abiding Americans who have taken all the steps and passed all the requirements to get a concealed weapon permit. They're now banned from campus, so they cannot pick up their kids, etc. Now, Jim Miller is that board member. He's a San Diego County Gun Owners board member, founding board member, and he's also an elected official. He's a school board member for the Cajon Valley School Board. Todd Gloria refused to meet with Jim. An elected official refusing to meet with another elected official is, quite frankly, an extreme act. It's way outside of the norm. I get that Todd may not want to meet with me. He might want to make some kind of anti-gun statement by not sitting down with Michael Schwartz from the San Diego County Gun Owners. But when you have a legislative proposal on the agenda and it will directly affect another elected official, you really should meet with him. You really, really should sit down and meet with him. So when I say that Todd is an extremist, I don't just mean that we disagree on gun issues. I mean that Todd is an extremist, an anti-gun zealot. This is the current state of politics at San Diego city halls. There isn't an anti-gun proposal that Todd doesn't like, from Biden's new executive orders to gun bans and even more. He's in a pretty important office, being the mayor of San Diego. And remember, elections have consequences. Local politics matter. This is why San Diego County Gun Owners does what we do. To Todd, I say what Robert Kennedy said: what is objectionable, what is dangerous about extremists is not that they are extreme, but that they are intolerant, which is exactly what Todd is. The evil is not what they say about their cause, but what they say about their opponents, and that describes Mayor Todd perfectly. That's your mic drop.
Mic drop.
And if you're listening on the YouTube podcast, hit like and subscribe. Tell all your friends. And we really want to thank San Diego County Gun Owner, U.S. Law Shield, Dillon Law Group, CO1, PRMI Mortgage, Blackhound Optics, and National Concealed Carry Association. Thanks to Joe, Michael, Melissa, and good old Brendan Thomas. And don't forget, support our sponsors. And you can go to gunownersradio.com for podcasts and latest information. And you can even send us an email. This is Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.